Hey, what up everybody, this is Steve Brie coming to you. I wanted to make a video where I dipped in and started talking a little bit about the Divas division. It was kind of funny, last month at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, I could tell that a lot of people were really into the Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella match. It seemed to be, from the videos that I put up about SummerSlam, I got more hits on that video than I did on the Brock Lesnar versus John Cena videos, making them a real big success. And I honestly thought that was pretty cool, seeing how it wasn't even a Divas Championship match, seeing how, I was about to say Beth Phoenix, seeing how Paige and AJ had their own match fighting over the championship. It's been a long time since the Divas division has been able to hold two matches on a pay-per-view, not because the writing staff has been holding them down, just because there's not that many good diva wrestlers in WWE these days. I thought that a lot of that had to do with Stephanie McMahon being back in the match. Back in a match for I think over 10 years in the WWE. Stephanie McMahon has always been one of the most popular people on the roster, and anything involving one of the members of the Authority, whether it's Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, anything like that is going to get treated like it's a big deal, like it's a main event to go along with it. As that match played out at SummerSlam, Nikki Bella ran down to stand in her sister's corner, and in her moment of need, she had the chance to finish Stephanie McMahon off in the middle of the ring, and instead pushed her out of the way to slap her sister in the face, setting her up for the inevitable doom of Stephanie beating Brie in the middle of the ring at SummerSlam, just to add more embarrassment to everything that's gone down between Brie being, basically beat up, basically having to quit the WWE because Brie was bullying her around, or Brie was getting bullied around by Stephanie McMahon, saying that Daniel Bryan was either going to have to hand over the championship or he was going to get it stripped. She didn't want to be the reason for Daniel being stripped, so she took off for only to come back, and basically she got arrested. She got told that her husband was cheating on her with his physical therapist, and all sorts of bad news. And now, just to add on to that, it looks like we're going to be going towards, at Night of Champions, Brie versus Nikki. This is dangerous, sticky news. If you look at the history of wrestling, brother versus brother matches have honestly never really panned out that well. People like to see tag teams break up when they're normal wrestlers. You always sit there and you always wonder, who is the Marty Jannetty and who's the Shawn Michaels out of any tag team out there. We recently just went through it with Cesaro and Jack Swagger. In the past we've seen John Morrison and The Miz. We've seen the Rockers break up themselves, and there's been many other tag teams that have gone through this. Once they've went their separate ways, everyone's always going to look at them seeing who went the right way and who went down. Very, very few times have we ever seen both guys on the incline. When The Miz won the championship after he cashed in on Randy Orton, he went up to John Morrison and told him that he wasn't the Jannetty that Morrison was, and I thought that Morrison was still on the rise up, but Morrison left WWE, and his name doesn't even pop up anywhere to come back for Royal Rumble special appearances or anything. He just found a separate life, and that's what he's running with. I always was a big fan of Morrison, and would love him to come back if he ever wanted to. But it's at the point now he's been gone so long that I wonder if he ever even will come back. But basically, if you look at matches like WrestleMania 25, Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy, fans don't really get behind brothers, fighting each other. They just, I don't know if it's because of the family element and everything that was in there, but the segment that these girls had on Monday Night Raw just added to the thing of me thinking, I don't want to see this match. That segment was horrible. The King tried to host his own little segment of, it was basically Jerry Springer on steroids, with these girls going at it back and forth, with Nikki attacking Brie, saying that basically she's been holding her back ever since they were in the womb, and Brie was saying that her mom has pictures of her and her sister holding hands inside the womb, and the line that made me laugh the most is when Nikki says that she wished Brie would have died in the womb. I mean, the only thing that's going to make anybody care about this match, to me, honestly, is if John and Daniel Bryan have to end up getting involved in this, which was the sticky situation of what I said when I made the SummerSlam video about these people turning on each other, was, where do they go from here? I mean, basically, you have Nikki, who's going to be the biggest heel of the Divas division, and then you're going to have her, she's going out with John Morrison, and because that curtain's been, she's been going out with John Cena, and now that curtain's been pulled back, from Total Divas, everybody knows everything that's going on. Why would John Cena still be involved with Nikki Bella when he's the ultimate good guy and she's the ultimate, bad girl? It's just a situation that you can't get away from. You still got Brie with Daniel Bryan, who I think they want to keep off TV longer than enough. He was sort of involved with this angle on television when it seemed like he was going to be coming back, and now that he's had the problems with his surgeries, I think they want to save that big-time pop for when he finally does come back, whether if it's at the Royal Rumble or if it's at Survivor Series. You hear a different day every day out there, and they'll figure it out. I'm sure Daniel Bryan will get fixed up and we'll see him in the ring again, but I don't think they're going to waste that return on him showing up on Monday Night Raw or showing up at Night of Champions trying to do it. They're going to let these girls get in there, and they're basically going to let them ultimately fail. I remember they sort of split up around WrestleMania 28 just to get them on the show. One went with Team Johnny and one went with Team Teddy, and that didn't go anywhere. And I seem to have them having a mild understanding where these girls had a short feud. I don't think they ever had a pay-per-view match, but I can't really remember everything that went along with it. But I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how they're going to end up getting back together. I don't see them being split for long. I just see this as sort of a waste of time. Big Dave Meltzer made mention to this, saying that basically the only reason why they're doing this angle was it was just sort of brought up by the Total Divas team, that they wanted more sort of a story to have on the show, and so I guess this is just another one of these girls' matches that's going to happen on pay-per-view just to help out a show that we're not even going to see for 6 months. We've already saw the Funkadactyl split, and I haven't seen a match from either one of those girls on television since they had that horrible match on the pre-show of the pay-per-view. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going to get to. But hopefully, just the writing team just swallows up Nikki and Brie and just tucks them in the back, and we can all act like this never happened, because another segment like they had on Monday Night Raw, they're going to get laughed out of the arena. I'm not going to say that the heel turn from Nikki wasn't great. I saw the heel turn from Nikki at SummerSlam. Everybody popped like she was the biggest babyface in the company. And then I was at the Stockton house show where she turned on Emma after they had won a match, and the pop placed like crazy again, to the point where if you've watched Zach's video from the Sacramento show, they didn't do the same finish at the end of that match. Basically, maybe they're thinking that's not the reaction they're looking for, and they're going to start going in a different direction. I don't know how we get there, but we'll see. Peace out.